All right, Josh, what is it that you do exactly?
So I am the videographer here on the African Mercy, which means I'm in charge of using a video camera to help capture the stories that go on here every day, so that we can send those back home to the donors and supporters and potential donors to really get the word out, to be the eyes and ears of what happens here on the ship. So I work together with not only me as a videographer, but we have 2 photographers and 2 writers, and we're a creative team that works to tell the stories here on the ship. And so my other role too is I'm now the creative coordinator, which means I help lead that team of creatives and kind of focus us all in the same direction and keep us on the same page.
Why are you doing it? I mean, why are you here? What do you like?
The reason I really came out here is I just really love telling people stories. I've been doing video for years and years, but a lot of it, what I was doing before was recording meetings and doing training videos, which is needed and, you know, pay the bills. But really where my passion is for really using my skills and with videography to help people tell their stories, like the patients here who, you know, no one's talked to them for years. Often they're outcasts, but here, as they're getting to go through this physical transformation with surgery, I'm really glad to be part of the process of them beginning to heal socially and emotionally as well by sharing their story with us, and then in turn that story, sharing the story back home, because so many people can't believe back home that the stuff we see here is real.
If there is something that you wish people understood back home about what it is you do every day, what would it be?
I think the hardest thing is deciding what story to do. Because here in the African Mercy there's always 10 awesome stories happening at any minute, and knowing what to focus on and what to pick and trying to find the storyline to follow is really a challenge, as it's all happening all at the same time. So being a one-man show, when it comes to video, it's a little more of a challenge to focus in on that one story. So I'm hoping that yeah, people just understand that there's so many more stories than what you actually do see that go on every day. And you know, if you get a chance, read some blogs, talk to people that you know that have been on the ship, or just check out our Facebook page, because there's so much happening here that's amazing.
When you say one-man show, what do you mean?
So a one-man show, I like to bring up the example. We actually just saw some pictures of when the 60 Minutes crew came into their interview, and they had 2 camera guys, a sound guy, 2 producers, and a professional seasoned interviewer who's Scott Pelly. And me, I do it all. So I'm sound, I'm lights, interviewer most often, and I have to run the camera at the same time. So what usually takes a team of people to do, I have to do by myself, which is, you know, how it works here. But I'm glad to be here and be doing it. So the challenge of being the sound guy, we're not in a studio here. Right now there's water pouring out the ship, that's loud. The carpentry shop is buzzing away. There's a bunch of patients coming up here with their cell phones and chatting. And there's just never a quiet place, so we're about as far from the studio environment as you can get out here.
Why, I mean, what is it in particular, if there's anything, but what is your favorite part about this job? What is it that you love?
I really love just seeing people come alive as they like the patients see come alive as they come to the hospital, and they really just, in the beginning often they're very reserved and quiet and they don't want to talk to you or really talk to anybody, but as they interact with the nurses and staff and with us as we follow their stories, they really begin to open up and share. And it's like the great moment is when I get to interview a patient and them just really open up, and often I don't really know what they're saying until a couple of days later when I get to get the interview translated by our translators, because we do it in their interviews in whatever language they're most comfortable in. But the great moment is really when that patient opens up and really shares where they've been, and you can see the transformation that's happened right there in their words and their story. They've had the cataract? Okay.